Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Tim's Maniac Sports. This is Maniac Tim speaking, and yeah, we have a big game coming up Thursday in the NFC North. I did kind of post a question as far as should I go to Green Bay or should I not go to Green Bay? Uh, well, I'm looking at it, and even though I want to go to Green Bay, believe me, I really want to go to Green Bay. Even though I want to go to Green Bay, I'm just looking at, geez, uh, best way for me to go would be the car ferry, take my car. Because then it won't be too bad. But going from Green Bay from where I live, oh my gosh, that would be, uh, that would be something. And I would need to stay the night in Green Bay for sure. So how's everybody doing? I see I got one person watching. Uh, Thank you for coming on. Uh, Shoot, did anybody want to go to a last minute trip to Green Bay with Muskegon? Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Uh, yeah, I just got home, just got in basically from work. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm doing okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Shoot. Green Bay Thursday. I can't believe it. Can't be, can't believe the week's already here. I mean, it's just 2 days, 2 more days, and the Lions are going to be playing at the Packers. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? 313 New Breed. How's it going? Yeah, man. Yeah, I seen you answering my question. Yeah, I just got to figure out how I'm going to do it. Yeah, wow. Man, it's hard to believe where are we on week 4. Can you believe that week 4? Oh man, week 4 already. This is just it's it's amazing. I mean, how fast the season goes. You know, I mean, I just well, I'm glad you're hanging in there. Hope everything's going better for you. I know there's been some issues. I hope things are working out. Oh yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. That's one of my dreams. I just went ahead and Googled it. It's really not that bad if I take the Lake Express ferry. Like, oh wow. Yeah, I really hope you're I really hope we can kick some Packers butt. I'm good, man. I'm surviving, taking it one day at a time. That's good. I did what? I done been why would Foster I didn't ban Foster unless I did accidentally. I gotta figure out did I don't know how I did it if I did. I need to go in my settings to figure out how I did it. I think I might have accidentally banned Foster. I was just trying to bring it up. I was trying to buy a share to the Packers 200 years ago, but it was it was too late. Yeah, 200 years ago that would be. You can get a hold of Foster. I did not mean to ban him. I don't know how I did. Believe me, it was not my intention. I don't know. And I don't know anybody else who has the. I didn't give anybody else. I just looked there and all of a sudden he was put in on a timeout. He didn't say anything wrong, believe me. Current count. I don't want to. Okay. Well, that's okay. Yeah. So it was. I don't know. It would be great for us to go together. That would be awesome. I hear the seats are real small there. Somebody was telling me that he went there, when he was 14 years old. One of the friends of mine at work, and and he said he was so cramped up from the seats over there that it was pathetic. So from what I hear, they're not comfy. Really, really. How about them? Yeah, how about them? Oh, so and I do got to publicly apologize to Foster and see. I mean, I just don't see how I don't see how banned him. But that's one way to grow your stream is ban the people who. Oh gosh. All right. And the thing is, I should be able to unban them if I. You know. No, I don't want to. All right. Yeah. Sorry, Foster. I really don't know how I did that. I was just trying to put you up there, and all of a sudden, all of a sudden I seen you were on a timeout. But I do apologize. So I got a question for you, Tim and Foster. What is your NFL? What is your top five NFL stadiums you want to see? OMG. Okay, my top five. Okay, I want to see Sofa Field. Definitely want to see that. I want to see Allegiant Field. And okay, Allegiant Field, Sofa Field. I already seen AT&T Stadium. Oh shoot. I want to see the the Arizona one. I want to see Arizona, and I want to see where the Vikings play. I want to see that stadium too. Those with that five, but I mean, to tell you the truth, I want to see every stadium around. I do. I mean, it's just I want to go to every, and I mean, I want to go to Soldier Field one of these days. I never been there, you know. I want to go to Soldier Field, and if they build that new stadium, I want to go to that new stadium over there in Chicago too. If they end up building that new one. So, yeah, Steve asked what was the top five NFL stadiums. I mean, I had the chance to go see, but I kind of ran out of time. I had the chance when I was in Texas to go see where Houston plays. Oh, I also wanted to see um, mm, uh, uh, the dome and oh God, which dome is it? I'm trying to think of the name. Um, the one where freaking where the Saints play. I can't think of that name of that dome. Okay, Vegas, LA, Lambeau Field, Lions. Been you've been to the Silverdome? Okay, cool, cool. See, I've been to a lot of fields or to I've been to Silverdome. I've been to, of course, AT&T. Uh, I actually been, you know, just in the gift shop, where Cleveland, or not Cleveland, where Cincinnati plays. I've been at theirs. Okay, got one more. If you come to Chicago, just nonchalant, Wrigley, Soldier Field are so historic. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Wrigley Field and Soldier Field. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. And definitely want to see both those. Okay, that's your top four. All right. Okay, here's my top five. Okay, Lambeau Field, Soldier Field, Allegiant Field, mm-hmm, or Allegiant Stadium, SoFi Field, uh, SoFi Field, Stadiums S Cowboys Stadium. Yeah, I I hear you. I I'm I I've been to Tiger Stadium the last year was going, and then I also been to Colmar Park uh, one time too. But yeah, Oh yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of. Uh, oh, and of course you gotta see the pirate ship. Gotta go to Tampa Bay to see that pirate ship. That's. For sure. And of course, college. If I had in college, I want to see the big house. I never been to. I never been to Michigan Stadium. I do want to go to a game there for sure, which is sad. I live in Michigan. I've never been to Michigan Stadium. You know, that's really sad. So I don't know if I told you guys this before, but I got some friends at work. Him and his wife, they what they did, and they started doing this a couple of years ago. They're ushers for Notre Dame. And last year, when they started going, it was just like a voluntarily thing, but they were able to see the games that way. Well, this year they're paid, they're paid employees there too, and so that way they get to see all the Notre Dame games. Soldier Field, Notre Dame played many games there in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Joe Louis World Bound Bout world title bout. Oh yeah, yeah, the Superdome was what I was trying to think of it. Yeah, and I knew the super, but you know how something's on the top of tip of your tongue, but you just can't think of it, and it's gonna be one of those things that you know, man, how can I think of it? Because that's one of the older domes that's still around, you know, from way back when. Wrigley Field is where the Bears won all the championships titles in the 1970s. Wow. Yeah, I remember when they first put lights in Wrigley Field. That was like, yeah, wasn't that like in the 80s or something like that? So what do you think? Do you guys think that the NFL should go ahead and put grass fields in every stadium for the health of the players? Oh yeah, yeah. But I was talking about say yeah. Soldier Field is one of those old historical, uh, very historical. Now, are they going to keep that if they build the other stadium? And I remember, and I'm sure you do too, Foster. I didn't watch the Lions then because but I do remember hearing where the Lions used to play at Tiger Stadium before the Silverdome was made. 88 was the first light. Okay, so it was yeah. Yep, I remember the '80s because that was like a big deal over in Wrigley Field. That awesome. I think they should leave it the way it is. No grass. Okay, I think they should leave it the way it is. No grass in all stadiums. Okay, I can understand. And what are you going to do with places where you don't have the outside too? And also winter. I mean, winter you don't have very much of field when there's natural grass in the wintertime. you know, anything for the health of the players. Good point. Good point. So what it would be? Okay, yes, we'll keep Soldier Field. Good, good, yeah, because that's too historical to to really take that away. I mean, in some ways, I wish the Silverdome was still standing. I mean, I can understand it was, was not a, yeah, it it definitely wasn't no, didn't have the historical value that Soldier Field has. I mean, and but what I think they ought to do is they ought to make yeah. My thing is these players grew up playing football in grass and everything else, so they should leave it the way it is. Good point. It is definitely a good point. Uh, yeah, I know. Even some of your high schools, they have um, artificial turf too. So and of course I mean Muskegon, they just went Muskegon Senior High School. They just went to artificial turf last year. Okay, they grew sod or grass indoors now. Oh yeah, they do. They grow sod. So if you're by sod, you've probably been growing inside. Yeah, but remember that's what's unique about the Arizona Stadium is where you even got the roof that can open up, if I remember right, when they built that stadium, and it's also where they can take the whole field because that's natural grass, so they can take the whole field outside of the stadium. I mean, that's one that I would really like to actually. Wouldn't that be neat to kind of ride that stadium as it goes out, ride the field as it goes out? I think that'd be just have like a little whip, be in this little fake horse, and as the grass in your stadium is moving out, you just go ahead. Oh boy. I like how in AT&T Stadium, because in Dallas Stadium, I mean, we all know how they couldn't get those doors to close. So in AT&T Stadium, they went ahead and made it where you can just go ahead and open and close them from all directions. That's what I like there. Yeah, one of the questions are okay. I just hate it when a guy is running in the open field for no reason except for the field surface has no dirt. Just a thought. Oh yeah. Well, the fourth thing that because when the fourth thing is to find something to do with all those Firestone tires that went bad, and that's what the field was made up at first over in Ford Field. So you still had the dust. I mean, yes, it was rubber dust from the tires, but oh god. Okay. One thing we do is we do like to have fun here. Thank you guys for joining us. Yeah, this is Maniac Sports and also other things. Oh, shoot. But yeah, for the safety of the players, you know, if you're, like if even though, yeah, the safeties of the players is needs to be the most important thing, but it when does it take too much away from the game though too? But when we're talking about turf, that's different. Okay, they use turf to save money. Yep. How much money would they have saved if you got stopped about 12% of the injuries? That's a very valid point. Very valid point because, yeah. Okay, what brings out the maniac in you since Maniac Sports? Yeah, there, there's your roar. So, Grandizer 12, one of the things we were asking, and we would like your opinion too, is what do you feel? Do you feel that the NFL should go to all natural grass surfaces, or do you think they should stay like it is, a mixture of both? Believe me, I did try to get on yesterday, but I was just too wiped out from work. But I made sure for sure I was going to get on tonight or this morning, whatever you want to call it. But and for everybody who wants to give the Dolphins, okay, I think for safety of the players, it would be that grass helps the players. Okay, so far we got two votes for the safety of the players and one keep it the same, which I especially with the Achilles injury, that's one thing that you find out. And now today's turf, today's turf is a lot better than what the old turf used to be, from what I heard. All right, the way the Bears are playing makes my psycho kind of like a maniac. I didn't understand it. Talking now, the maniac offense of the week. I mean, and this is for our award. I mean, no hands, no, nobody came close. When you almost beat a record that says, oh, you go 70 some points you score on the Miami Dolphins scores 70 points on the Broncos. OMG, that's it. So I picked those as the Maniac Offense of the Week, the Maniac Team of the Week, because hey, that's just. And you know what? The Bears better beat that team, but you never. Okay, hit that like button. Don't upset them. Yeah, I just might roar at you guys. Oh shoot. Yeah, definitely. Hit that like button. It's all appreciated. These comments and everything is appreciated. But yeah, hit the like button. Share it with your friends. Tell your friends there's a crazy man that's gonna go after them. Ah, okay. Definitely. So, but uh, it's, I really want to go to that Packers game. Oh my God. Ah, Pack, and you know it's something that okay. Now I do okay. Uh, I think the Panthers turf is horrible. The owners is a soccer guy, owns the soccer team, and chose not to change his turf. However, their turf causes a lot of players injuries. You know what? That I'm glad you brought that one up. Is that you're exactly right? You know there because that surface is hard underneath. It's a horrible field. I mean, that was one of the things the Lions players said last year when they basically got their ass handed to them. Excuse the language, sorry, but butts handed to them by the Panthers was that turf was just so hard. Now I do think if you're going to have turf, you need a minimum standard for what will be allowed because you need to if you are gonna have turf, you need exactly a minimum step. And I heard yeah when that uh because they play soccer that's what really is why the turf is that way. It's just outrageous. Yeah, the plastic crap at Soldier Field was terrible. Everyone was so happy when they went back to grass. Yeah, since Maniac Sports will release the Fliplar ask him Liplar. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely has a way with words, that's for sure. Okay, all right. Yeah, see you in 5. But yeah, oh boy. But this has been I'm I think this is going to be a good contest against the Packers. By all means, it's not a assured win. Lions can get it done. They need to go ahead and they cannot rely because they have a winning record against the Packers in the last 3 games. That's not going to do. That's not going. That ain't worth anything. They're going to need to go in there, and I'll tell you, Packers might be a better team without Aaron Rodgers because you got you know, and yeah, Aaron Rodgers in his heyday, he was a great quarterback. And he still maybe that. he still may have a few miles left in him. But one thing about Aaron Rodgers, what Rodgers did is when they hired Jordan Love, in a way, in my opinion, he became a cancer to that team. Because it was like, it was like my way. I'm going to throw my fit. I'm going to do. He wanted to wrap the team around him, and he was so. To me, he seemed so insecure and stuff like that. So I actually think that Aaron Rodgers or that the Packers are better off without Aaron Rodgers being there than being there. Because also if you look at it, you know, his last year it wasn't a good year. I think he probably would have done a lot better if he wouldn't have got with the hurt with the Jets. I think because his attitude changed, his willingness to be that quarterback, to be that guy, to do what he can to make it happen. I think he became more of a team player. It wasn't, for him, it turned out not to be exactly all about money and all that other stuff. So I think that it was the best time for both of them when they parted ways. Sure, I kind of giggled and laughed and stuff like that. Like I told you guys you should have never gotten Aaron Rodgers, but and, that I thought he was washed up, and I'll admit I had that brief little pride when he got injured right away, that but in feeling that he did get hurt, he's out for a season. uh, you know I I don't like to see anybody get hurt like that. you know so but in in the in the game of the NFL, people are going to get hurt. And all you can do is make things as safe as you can. You know, Now, are we willing to turn the NFL into a flag football league or a powder puff league or anything like that? Heck no. I don't want to see that. I like to see the hard hitting. I like to see the contacts. I like to see the collisions, you know, but but that's one of the things. If there's a way you can make it safer and also keep it pretty much the same way as what it is, as far as in the style of play, the you know the then yeah, let's do it. Okay, Free for All Friday with Timothy Becker. He is a victim of the modern age. Hitting that like button, hit that like button and show support. One pride, bring kneecaps, biting kneecaps to the growling sound. Yep, exactly. Yep. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you, Grandizer 12 for posting. Strong yawning like something wants to come out back. It's stuck. Like something has to pop. Exactly. Yeah. Hey, we just need to release the beast. I'll tell you, I hope Aiden Hutchinson can go ahead and get some more sacks. I But he got to change that dance. I'm sorry, that dance is just too freaky. And I'll tell you, Jerry Goff, he needs to work on his Lambo leap. I don't think he better try that in Lambo like he did at Ford Field. You know, if he leaps in Lambo, okay, yeah, he's back. Shady's back. Lions news. Detroit Lions. Left tackle did. Oh my gosh. Taylor Decker thought to broke his ankle versus the Chiefs. Expects to return Thursday. Detroit Lions. Free press until good. Hopefully he can return Thursday. Man, we definitely need him. Definitely need him. For sure, for sure. Uh, so I'm just wondering. I don't think we're gonna have David Montgomery. I wish he would be there. I mean, David Montgomery. Jameer Gibbs. I think once he gets more acquainted to the system and things for the NFL, I think he will be better. But when you got David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs in that backfield, OMG, that just really opens this up so much. So I mean, hopefully this week or next week he will be Montgomery will be back, but I I don't know. Okay. All right. That's another Detroit Lions first down. Amen. First and goal. Let's get that first down. Uh, I'll tell you what, we really do. The Lions need to go ahead and beat the Packers. The Lions need to go because Packers have been holding in and they're trying to maintain that elite status of the NFC North. So it's not, you know, we just gotta take it away because they're not gonna hand it to us, you know, and it's gonna be at their home. They're going to be looking for revenge because we knocked their butts out of the playoffs. We went ahead and sent Aaron Rodgers right out of the NFC with a loss. Made his last game with the Packers be a loss. Okay, Lions news. Jameson Williams back in the building. Suspension half over. Williams attended Monday's team meeting. Hey, all right, all right. I can't wait till he's back. The suspension is over, and he better come out hot and fiery, and he better just freaking be playing be playing so darn good because I'll tell you, those darn 6 games he got to make up for, and he should be healthy as heck. All right, forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield, and when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer, be brave, rah, 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 go hard, win the game. With honor you will keep your fame down the field and gain A Lions victory. Go Lions! Sorry for the flat voice, but there you go. So you don't even gotta beg me to sing it now, okay? I am a proud Lions fan. And by the way, can you see I got an earthquake? Oh, oh boy. I hope Logan Stenberg and Semaphore, I hope they can have some great days. A great game against the Packers. I hope both of those have great games. And you know, both games this year with the Packers are on a Thursday because of course Thursday night football is our first game against the Packers, and then the second game against the Packers is Thanksgiving Day games. So both games this year against the Packers are Thursday night games. I think the Lions need to go undefeated on Thursdays. I think that's one thing you need to because all right, already 1-0 on Thursday when we went ahead and beat the Chiefs by 1 point. So we just gotta go ahead and take care of the Packers. Then we'll be 2-0 on Thursday. And then Thanksgiving Day, we just gotta open that magic up and we just gotta put a whip down on the Packers at our home. That's what I want to see. I want, I want to see all those doubters. You know, I want to get revenge for everybody on the Packers via Detroit. You know, because they have just been they have just too many, too many victories in NFC North. It's time a new king comes. It's time that we replace the old guard. It's time that without talk, we just go ahead and the Lions go ahead and do it. The changing of the guard, the standing tall, the uh, the grit that we have been promised for so long. It's time to go ahead and make those into victories. It's time to go ahead and stand tall. Because hey, the Packers ain't gonna give it to us. If you want it bad enough, you gotta take it. And if those bad calls go against your way, then you gotta go ahead and regroup and just go ahead and get back at it too. Because I'll tell you, that's one thing that can kill a team. If you go ahead and you let those bad calls get to you. If you let those get you out of your game, then before you know it, the Packers can go ahead and take us out. And we we just gotta go ahead and go in there and get the job done. That's what the Lions need to do. Go in there and get the job done as a team, one voice, one pride, one NFL, and no matter where you're at, if you're defending the den or if you're at somebody else's home, if you're in Lambeau Field, if you're in uh, the Bank Stadium, where anywhere, you just gotta go in there and you just gotta go in there and take what you want. and that's a victory. And no more darn games being called like they were called freaking with the Seahawks, because that was ridiculous. That was totally ridiculous. That to have to play that kind of defense that we played against Seahawks, and then to go for it when we did on fourth, and then to not even go for the win, not even go for the end zone in the last series, just go for the tie. That was dumb, and but hopefully Dan Campbell learned from that. You know, hopefully Aaron Glenn learned the bend but don't break defense usually breaks. Yeah, I mean, when you're three scores ahead with under a minute to go, yeah, you can do that then. All right. But not when you're only one score ahead or two scores and they can take no. You got to be able to stop the guys and control that line of scrimmage. You got to be able to you just got to be able to have a better defense on the field than what we had against the Seahawks. A better scheme, a better, you know, you know what I'm saying. So Foster, how are you feeling against about your how you feel? How's your matchup? You guys' matchup against the Broncos. How are you feeling about that game if you're still on? Yeah, I would really like to know. You know, I know just because they had the one horrible game, it doesn't mean they'll have all that. Oh, shoot, I don't want Packers tickets. Green Bay Packers tickets. Packers versus Lions. I mean, I heard. So has anybody been to Lambeau Field? I'm just wondering, has anybody been to Lambeau Field? Oh, these things are. Okay. September 28th. I only need one. But right now, I only need one ticket. Okay, the Lions. All right. Well, we'll read a little bit of the history. Thanks to you, Grand. Okay. Okay. The Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers history. Packers Lions rivalries has been played 187 times, including two postseason games. The Packers hold holy jeez 105 games, and the Lions winning 75 games. They have also tied 7 times. Green Bay Packers lead the series 105 to 75 and 7 ties. Yeah, and that is especially when you look at the recent, the when the NFC North was first made. That was when we had real bad luck against the Packers. Game day weather forecast: partly cloudy, 64, wind at 7 miles per hour. Okay, the Lions. Okay, the Detroit Lions favored by 1.5. Over and under is 46 by DraftKings, and that's really not 1.5 point favorites. That's really not that big of a favorite, you know. So that's, I mean, it's, and you got to give, I mean, at Lambeau Field, it's just, you got to give them, because the Packers just find ways to win at Lambeau. Okay, Tim's Maniac Sports laughing so contagiously. Yeah. Oh boy. But we want to get that 76 win. We want to get 76 and 77 wins this year. So we need to start evening up that series. I was actually at one of the postseason games. Uh, the 80s or 90s, something like that. It was when Brett Favre was still playing. Uh, I did go see a playoff game at the Pontiac Silverdome. The Packers did win that one. It was weird. We thought Brett Favre had four interceptions a week before, and lost to the Lions the week before. Then he brought them back in the playoffs, and yeah, brought them back in the playoffs, and he was able to beat us at the end. Okay, F bombs. Smash that deal. Blank the after Green Bay. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh man, yeah, Pack. Oh shoot, I'm definitely no Packer. Definitely no Packer fan. I mean, it's oh boy. Since Maniac Sports discusses Kochak Night Stalker season episode 1. These zombies super scary. Oh, you know what? Adrian Hudson needs to hit Jordan Love and knock him into zombie land. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see Aiden Hudson go ahead and hit Jordan Love so hard, but not get a penalty on it and knock him into zombie land. I won't mind. I mean, I'll tell you what. I won't mind Jordan Love being knocked out for the game. Although I really want to beat him with. I want. Yeah, shoot. Now, see, one of the things the old Lions used to do, is so they used to go ahead and kind of give rookie quarterbacks a freaking heyday. I know Jordan Love is not a rookie quarterback. I know he's been sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for 2, 3 years, something like that. But I mean that we gave Kyler Murray a tie on his first game. We gave uh, Sam Darnold, God, a win on the first game. So it's time we give Jordan Love a loss. So, by the way, another question is, does it make a quarterback mature if I mean, Bears fan, would you much rather had uh oh oh my victory Monday I went to work, but I loved it. I loved it though. I loved not to work. I loved that the Lions won. Yeah. Now it's kind of like victory early in the morning Wednesday, because and now we need it. That's one we need the free for all Friday or the pause up, clause out Friday to be celebrating when the Lions beat the Packers. We need that victory Friday. Exactly. Oh boy, I'm out of energy pills. But not only pause up, you need clause out too, because it needs to be a ripping effect. Because we need our clause out in order to go ahead and. I mean, that's one of the strengths of the Lions. You got your teeth. Just having a little pause. That's okay. But it's a clause. It's what they conceal is what makes them so strong. Restore the roar, defend the den, go Lions. Exactly. And we need to be conquerors. We need to be victorious when we go into somebody else's house, like Lambeau Field. That's what we need to do. We just need to conquer 100%. Why didn't Kurt Steele never cue the growling sound? I don't know. I don't know. Kurt Steele is Kurt, you know? Yeah, I remember the first time I did that Free for All Friday. that shocked that shocked everybody, did it? There was a good one. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, Kurt. And whatever happened, because he was supposed to have brought back to Free for All Fridays, and I never hear anything about it. So is he still doing that? Yeah, that's true. Shout out to Kurt Steele. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So, do you know if Kurt still? I mean, I heard that. uh, I think Kurt Steele does his own line stuff. He on his own channel, or at least that's what I was told. Yeah, that's true. He has his own channel and all this other stuff, but I remember it was. I remember Val had that post probably almost a month ago that by a popular demand that that the Free for All Friday was going to come back and it would be on Kurt Steele's channel. I do remember that, but then I never even, not even that day did I hear about it. You knew more about it, so maybe he just decided to drop it. I know he has his own channel, and I catch him every now and then, and he has uh, did a few, said a few comments and stuff like that. I seen Michael Mike come by the other uh, last week, said a couple comments. And Kurt Steele's doing like what Jeremy does. To what degree, I don't know. I see Jeremy around rarely. See Kurt Steele around. Yeah, I know, and it's right. Okay. I have seen Kurt Steele on. Okay, Kurt Steele comes on our podcast came on our podcast a few weeks ago. Cool, cool, awesome, awesome. That's yeah. I have seen him on a few podcasts. You know, I've seen him on. Yeah, and every once in a while I'll get something from him too, a notification and stuff like that. That he's did a show too. So Man, I'll tell you, once I get back to my regular 5 days a week work, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm getting used to these short weeks. Oh, man, because I got tomorrow, or actually later on today, then I'm done for the week. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, life happens. Jim passed away. Yeah, and of course, a belated happy birthday to him. I, I I'll tell you, I would really, if he was here right now, if Jim was still around, he would be having a field day with the Lions right now. It'd be just so great. I mean, I wish he could have, for him. Uh, but yeah, and I did talk to, I seen his mom a couple weeks ago. Uh, but yeah, Kurt still got his degree. Life changes keep moving. It's just if we still include our sports fandom, yeah. Yeah, I know you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I exactly. Hey, you got me to sing it. I mean, there's sometimes I even sing part of it when you're not even on here. The parts that I can remember. So I mean, and that's thanks to you. I mean, so that's heads up. Yeah. And of course, I want to thank Foster for coming on. I appreciate him coming on. I appreciate Steve 313 New Breed coming on. Uh, always a welcome to have Grandizer 12 on. Is always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And you know, anybody that comes on that leaves a message that goes ahead and engages. That's exactly. I mean, and I mean, like Jim said, and one of the things, is that as far as sports, you know, uh, interacting, everything, it's family, and I want to cue that too. You know, we have a family here. Detroit Lions on the prowl. It was a family. You know, and of course, families have families have all type of people in them. So this is just something. So and it's great. It's great. It's great to be here. I mean, y yeah. All right. Life is a trip, Jim, Val, Kurt. They were needy on top of the lines world going live weekly, daily. Now, Detroit Lions on the prowl is a ghost town. The spiders, rats, dust have moved in. Can hear the echoes. You know what? That's true. uh, it's true, and a lot of ways it's sad. You know, but there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff that also added to some of these things, and uh, I, one of the things I was listening to Kurt Steele, and I don't think that he really totally wanted totally to leave. I mean, I'm glad. And hey, this is nothing against him. I nothing at all. He did what he had to do, and I hope his channel is great. Everything worked out for him, and I'm not just saying that. I want him. I want him to succeed. I want him to. He's one of the things that Jim had always told me is that Kurt Steele is looking for a job, a full time job. And there were several times before when he might have in this industry, where there were some times where if he would have got things even when Jim was here, you know, um, you know he was going to go ahead and take the avenue that was best to him and his family and stuff like that. So he was ready to grow. Uh Now, yeah, uh I just hope that I haven't heard anything from Val. And I mean, I know she was supposed to be starting that new show where kind of like the Linus Blair and stuff like that, and I seen that. I only seen part of that one episode. You know, so but I don't. You know, how's LL? Have you heard anything from LL Torrance? I see Mike every so often. Coach Mike. Yeah, I'll see him post things and stuff like that. You know, I don't know. Maybe Maniac Sports needs to have tried to set up a reunion show for Detroit Lions on the Prowl and just invite people to come. Set up a reunion show, uh, and just I might do that. You know, I might do that. Set up a reunion show and try to have some people come in and stuff like that. I just gotta get a solid date down and just I seen that the website, not the website, the Facebook seems to be still going. Right, fun. Okay, and I know this one. Light sports talk environment. If you wanted to add news, you still can. You are not striving to replace ESPN. So there's no room to joke around. That's true. And yes, I would like to, I would like to eventually get where I'm getting where I'm providing some news. Definitely. Uh, but yeah, this is more a fun, a light look. Um, when I created this show, what I wanted to be is more on actually how the fans feel and how they do things. Uh, I mean, that's what brings out the maniac in you. What interviewing fans from different content creators from different venues, interviewing fans, players, what I want to capture because there is so many people that captures the news. So many people. I want to capture what what brings this out in them. What is it that will go ahead and make a fan, you know, through thick and thin, go every freaking day and sit down and watch a team that may not win that many games, but then when they see that team win, what is it that inspires? That goes ahead and brings that out. And when I say what brings out the maniac in you, that's what I'm looking for. What is it that will just go ahead and set you off and just brings that piece of you out? You know, I was talking to the Muskegon Big Reds quarterback yesterday, or not yesterday, this weekend. When I went to go see the Big Reds take on the Reese Puffer Rockets. And one of the things he did, yeah, and I asked him, and it's too bad that I couldn't get on, I didn't have internet over there. I couldn't get a thing about what brought out the maniac in him was the hitting, the contact. He just loved, he just, that's what brought it out in him, you know. So go ahead and put flags on his belt and play flag football. That's not going to do anything, you know. But actually, it's getting a little bit late for me. Uh, I plan on being on here after work tomorrow too, for sure. So, and I still gotta decide if I can work things out as far as for. Okay, what happens when you just cause to nearly cause a fan running a channel once had to literally eat, drink, breathe Lion Sports. Jim did that. He was passionate. He had the time too. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh yeah. Jim was. Yeah, and he had that time. He knew how to read a lot of things too. You know, he knew how to read people. You know, but yeah, yeah, and yeah, he did. But you know, another thing he was passionate on the White Sox. He's been a White Sox fan forever. Red Wings hockey. I'll tell you, Jim loved hockey. He loved that. You know, uh, he was one that, you know, he didn't go when the Muskegon Lumberjacks became the junior hockey league, but he used to go to just about every game of the Muskegon Ferry, uh, the Muskegon Lumberjacks, the Muskegon Mohawks way back when. Time that the biggest factor. Yeah, time is the biggest factor. Us old timers know how valuable time is. Exactly. Tim, you are only old guy older than I. You watch Dutch Clark QB play live. You were a season fix older than two. That's a good one. That is a good one. All right. With that, I am going to say good night. Uh, I will I will be back on tomorrow after work, uh, for sure. Uh, I seem if I plan at about 1 o'clock, that gives me enough time to get back. If I try to do it at 12 o'clock, if I stop anywhere, I'm not going to make it back at time on time. So 1 in the mornings just seem to work. Uh, so thank you guys. Thank you all. Thank you, Grandizer 12, for everything. And we're gonna let's have some fun at Lambeau Field. Let's beat the Packers. All right, good night, everybody. This is Maniac Tim saying, Jim had the healthy balance of sports news, friendliness, humor, etc. He welcomed all. He didn't pick and choose who he allowed in the room. Exactly. Exactly. That's true. Growl loud at the top of your lungs. Try it. Try it. Might like it. Or try it. You might like it. Hit the like button. Exactly. Exactly. Maniac Sports. I'm out of here. I will talk to you guys soon. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care. And yeah, that